Hello and welcome to today's Python tutorial. In today's tutorial we are going to talk about enumerate function in Python. So enumerate is a very handy and important function in Python that you can use to loop through an iterable, like a list for instance, and get both the index, the count, and also the value. Let me show you what I mean. So let's imagine we have this variable stages, heat the pan, add oil, crack the egg, add the egg to the pan. So if I want to loop through this list, I can simply say for, let's say, stage in stages, that is our list, print stage. And if I run this, you can see heat the pan, or add the oil, crack the egg, and add the egg to the pan. So it takes every value, every item in the list as a stage, prints it, and then goes to the next one, next, and next. So this is how it loops through this, right? But if I want to also have the count, there is some value here, some index here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, I can use another variable. Let's just call it count equals 0 for now. And then I have to increment it here, like count plus equals 1. That is when it goes through this. Count, which is 0, would be 1. And then I can use count here, which is 1, and it would print this stage. And then for the next one, count would be 1 plus 1, 2, 2 here, and then a stage, this one would be printed. So this is how it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've added 2 more lines here. Another way to loop through it and also have the numbers is by using range. So for example, for I in the length of stages, which is 4 now, I should use the range function. So for the range of 4, that is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So for I in the range of this, which is 4, that is for I would be 0, I would be 1, I would be 2, and I would be 3, I should print I and stages, the list, with the indices with I. So I would be 0 first, then stages index 0 is this one. Then I would be 1, stages index 1 would be this, and so on. So if I print this, I get this, but 0, 1, 2, and 3. But the easiest way is to use enumerate function. How? So enumerate, for using enumerate, well, let me show you what enumerate is first. Let's say we have another list, stages 1 equals, and let's put that enumerate, let's put this list into this function of enumerate, like stages here. If I print stages, the new one, print, I get an enumerate object, stages 1. So I get an enumerate object here at this place memory. So if I want to turn it into a list, I can simply use a list keyword here, list function, and then if I print this now, I should get a list. But look at this list. It's a list of tuples. So heat the pan, which was index 0, it now has the index 0, heat the pan, index 1, add oil. So it has added their indices with them into a tuple now. So what happens if I go through this now? So let me go through this. So here, let's say 4. Now this time what I want to do is to unpack them, right? So now I have 2 values here. So I can say for I and for, let's say, stage in enumerate stages. I'm not using these, by the way, so let me comment this out. For I and stage in enumerate stages, Y capital, stages, I want to print I and stage. So let's see what this is. So for I and stage, that is, this is I, this is the stage, this is I, this is the stage, this is I, this is the stage. So that is what enumerate does. So enumerate goes through this and says, okay, this is index 0, so I would be stand for the index 0 and stage would be this, and print both of them now. So if I print this, you see 0, heat the pan, 1, add oil, 2, crack the egg, and 3, add the egg to the pan. I can also add the starting point. So I can say start equals 1. What that does is that instead of index 0 here, it starts from 1. It doesn't start from index 1, no. This one is turned to 1 now. So if I print this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I say, I don't know, 10, I get 10, 11, 12, and 13. I can also get rid of actually start and simply say 1. And again, this happens. So now you know what happens behind the scenes. So I and stage, let me comment these out and go back to what we did here. So again, remember, enumerate kind of unpacks these and puts them in tuples with their indices. That is why you can use I and stage to unpack it. There is two variables here. The first one would refer to the number, the second one to the value. And you can also mention the start. So I can also mention the start here as well. So let's say 1, and you would see that here I have 1, heat the pan, 2, add oil, 3. So this is what enumerate does. Very handy, very useful, much better than just a for loop with counters. Thank you very much for listening and watching.